morning, PBC Youth is Coach. I'm excited to be with you. This is the second Sunday in 2021. Pray that you're having a good new year so far. Just want to remind you, our theme for this year is reimagine. I want you to think big, refocus, rethink about your goals and your aspirations and everything you want to accomplish in 2021. We were looking at Proverbs last week. We talked about Proverbs. We looked at verses 1 through 7 last week. And we understand that in order for us to go where we're trying to go in 2021, we need to use wisdom. And Proverbs is full of wisdom and insight. Last week, we talked about not being a fool. So this week, we're going to look at Proverbs chapter 1, verses 8 through 19. And that passage is in the middle part of Proverbs, the first chapter. And it talks about, the first thing it talks about, verse number 8, it says that we are to listen to the instructions of our father and the corrections of our mother. So it's telling us and helping us to understand that these people, our parents, have experience. They have wisdom, so we should listen to them. And you may say, you know what? I don't live with my parents. I live with my grandma. I live with my uncle. Whoever it is that has authority over you, you should listen to them. They have experience, and you can gain wisdom from listening to them. You should be able to learn by seeing what others have done before you. So it tells us that, and it encourages us to do that. It also looks at something that's very important. It looks at friendships. Verse number 10 says, "My child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them." So basically what was going on was this young man was getting some wisdom about not going places he shouldn't go and do things he shouldn't do with people he shouldn't be hanging out with. And we all need to hear that. We need to understand that our friendships are important. Verse number 15 tells us to stay away. He says he says, don't even go on the path that they go. So it's important that we understand friends are important. I think the word we use nowadays, you young people use, is toxic. We want to stay away from toxic people, toxic friendships. We do not have time for toxic friendships in 2021. So I want to encourage you to look at your friendships. I think about friends in these two types of ways. One, people that are going to push you in the right direction, or people that's going to pull you in the wrong direction. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, what kind of friend am I? Do I push my friends in the right direction, or do I pull them in the wrong direction? And I also want you this week to truly, honestly take a look at the toxic friendships you have in your life. In 2021, we want to make sure we get rid of all toxic people, all toxic friendships. If it's not good for me and it's not good to me, I don't need it in my life. Proverbs tells us to stay away from toxic friends. We don't even want to be on the same path that they are. But we have to make sure first that we're not toxic. So we're going to keep going through Proverbs. I want to encourage you. Pray that you have a good week. Be blessed. I'll be coming back to you next week as we continue to go through Proverbs.